Hey guys, it's Christy, the Canine Professor. So I want to talk to you today about a topic that is really near and dear to my heart, and it's probably why I specialize in it. And the topic that I want to talk with you about today is fear. Specifically, the expectations that we put on dogs that have fearful tendencies. I understand we're just trying to help them gain confidence, but I feel like we could be doing this a little better than we are. So being a trainer that specializes in fear, whether that shows up as withdrawn or kind of shut down from life, to a dog that's kind of like shaking like uncontrollably at the slightest noise, or even when that turns into reactivity or aggression. I'm often people's second or third trainer. And I mention that because from my point of view, it's a pattern. And a lot of them have had the same experiences. So usually one of two: either the trainer comes over for an hour a week, totally brain dumps on them, stresses the hell out of them and their dog, then kind of leaves them to fend for themselves until the next week. Hopefully it only takes a week for them to get back. Or the dog goes and lives with a trainer or at a facility for about like 2 or 3 weeks, and then the owners will get a go-home session or two and then are left to fend for themselves. Only it's the in-between times that matter the most to you guys to get the best results. Now, these types of programs work fine, totally fine for some dogs, but fear in particular is one of those things that cannot be rushed. There's no quick fixes. There's no easy button when working with fear. Oh, and the trainers watching here are going to flip out when they hear this because I get this all the time, but I feel it's important for you guys to know. The last thing that your dog needs to learn are a bunch of commands. I call them the 5 commandments. Heel, sit, down, stay, and come. Now, those commands are, it's not that they're not useful, but they're a lot harder to teach and a lot harder to learn for your dog if your dog's tripping out already, which is just going to add more stress attached to those words, and the cycle will just perpetuate itself. Plus, some of those commands may not even be applicable to your situation, and you'll really never use them again. So, I think a lot of trainers rely on these commands because either like they just don't know what else to do to address the underlying issues, or they learned that by teaching this series of commands, like teaching the compliance itself is somehow going to magically give that dog confidence. So I've had dogs come and start working with me knowing how to execute the commands flawlessly, but they can't stop shaking or they can't stop reacting in the presence of whatever stimulus was present to them. Now, a part of that is the practiced behavior, but most of that is that they were never taught what to do with the energy itself. Like, it just doesn't go away into thin air. It's gotta be disengaged at some point, and the dog has to learn how to do that. They were never taught that they can manage their own state of mind. They were never taught coping skills a lot of times, and sadly, most of them were never taught that they actually have a choice, that they have a say in how much they can handle that day, which, by the way, should be allowed. It should be allowed to vary daily, just like us. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret today, and that is that your dog is only a teeny tiny little part of your success equation. This is why 9 times out of 10, done for you training with a fearful dog is not going to give you the outcome that you were hoping for. It's not going to give you that dog that you were looking for. If you have ever lived with a fearful dog, you know that it can be nerve-wracking. You know that it can be heart-wrenching. And it has a funny way of leaving you feeling overprotective but accommodating at the same time. It's a really weird mix. So if you're not learning how to manage yourself, you know, how to build back your confidence, which is lost a lot of times in fearful cases. And if you're not learning how to be the one that your dog looks to with absolute trust and guidance and security, then you're missing out on a huge part of the equation, and that's you. It's you. You are the missing link. And ladies, let me tell you, the rewards are so huge when you build that confidence together as a team with your dog. I mean, capital letters here, capital H, capital U, capital G, capital E, huge. Because me or any other trainer doing it for you, instead of guiding you through your process, in my opinion, are kind of ripping you off, in the sense that by doing it for you, I cannot develop the tools in you that you're gonna need for the long-term continued success. I can't be with you 24/7. It also doesn't help you if your dog can only maintain their scruples around me, because there's only one way to build that kind of trust. And just like everything else in life, you gotta earn it, baby. And I can't do that for you. I can't build that for you, nor would I ever want to again. I used to, but I don't anymore. Because of this fact, it's the depth of bonding and personal discovery that occurs when you commit to helping a fearful dog. It's such a gift. It's one that I've already opened a lot of times. So now I want to help you unwrap your gift, and that's all. So plus it's much more rewarding for me this way to help you. So anyways, I didn't want this video to go a whole ton of time. So I'll let you guys go. But if you know anyone that is struggling with a fearful or reactive dog, and you think that they might be ready to open up their gift, then feel free to share this with them. Or maybe you're the one who's struggling with fear. Message me. Let's get on the phone. Let's have a chat. You know, I can help you. And if we're a good fit to work together, cool. But if we're not, I'm totally fine with that too. I can still give you some insights. But I'd still love to hear your story regardless. So I will let you guys go with that, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.